everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Agreed. This is our lecture series for IBPS AFO mains exam and also useful for other agriculture exams as well. Again, we are back with another important topic for the discussion, that is with respect to the fisheries section on the classification of the fishes and adaptation of fishes. Even this topic is also important for the exam point of view. And basically, the questions arising out of these topics will be the very basic questions. Means, if you once you understand the concept, you can answer them. And in the with respect to the classification part, you may need to revise them once or twice. But other than that, this topic will be easy for you people to understand with respect to the mechanisms that the fishes are adopting and the various features that the fishes are showing. Okay. Before that, let me introduce myself. I am your mentor, Pavan Kumar. I have completed my UG from US Raichur, and currently I am pursuing my master's in plant pathology at UH Shumway. And as I told, today we'll be discussing about the classification of the fishes and adaptations in fishes. We'll be starting with the history of classification of fishes, and next we'll be learning the classification of fish and the fishes of important classes of fish and the fish and the misunderstood fish. There are some fish which we are misunderstanding them as a fish, but actually they are not fish. They belong to some different groups. We will be studying them also, and then we will be studying the adaptations in the fishes that are helping the fish to survive in these aquatic conditions. I hope you are clear what we will be learning in this session, right? Let us start the session. As I told, we'll be dealing with the history of classification of fishes. Here we'll be learning what actually the history was before the existing classification of fishes we are studying. At present, the many naturalists as well as the many taxonomists give different classification of fishes. Earlier, it was our father of ichthyology that Peter Atterday gave the basic classification of the fishes, and he is known as father of ichthyology. Okay, this particular person, what you are seeing the photo, right? He is considered as father of ichthyology. He is basically a naturalist. You shouldn't make a note of it. And the Devonian period is referred as the golden age of fishes because during this age you can able to see the wide range of diversity of fishes starting from the jawless fishes to the jaw fishes and many colorful fishes with a wide range of diversity. Hence we consider the Devonian period as a golden age of fishes. Next, talking about the ichthyology. Ichthyology is nothing but it's a branch of science that is dealing the study of fishes and as I told already, this particular person, that is Peter Atterday, who is regarded as father of ichthyology, he was able to establish the methods and principles, okay, of systematic ichthyology so perfectly. Even the Linnaeus could not alter it. Means though he was not an taxonomist, he was able to establish that particular systematic study over these fishes and able to give a systematic classification so that even what he has mentioned about the methods and principles, even Linus could not alter it. Means he has taken as it is from the Peter Atterday classification, what that particular person gave. And next scientist, you may consider him is Curvier, is the first one to frame the classification of the fishes on the basis of external and the internal characters. We will be studying what are the external and internal characters of the fishes in the later slides. Next, after this particular career, next, many other persons gave the classification. It may be Mueller, Jordan, Regan, Berg, Romer, and Nelson. These persons' name you should remember so that you can answer the question which of the following naturalist or the taxonomist is not involved in providing the classification of the fishes means should be able to at least know the names who actually gave the classification along the course of history. Okay. Next, currently the Nelson classification of fishes is in practice that we are using. Okay, and approximately 40% of the fishes species is they are living in the freshwater, and 60% they are the inhabitant of the marine environments. And if you look into the evolution chart or evolution time here, with respect to the fish emerging, first were the fishes among the vertebrates. If you look into the evolution of the vertebrates, among them, fish were the first who came into existence. Later, every other species got evolved. Okay, and these history go back to the period of over 500 million years ago. Okay, next, earlier only the jawless fishes were there, and they evolved into jawfishes. That is nothing but our complex form fishes during the course of evolution. And that development of jaws in the fish is considered as a significant evolutionary milestone in case of fish evolutions. because earlier only jawless fishes were there. Now the development of jaws is taking place in terms of fishes, and thereby when the jaws are developing in the fishes means their food habitat is also getting changed, means they may go for predatory in action. If earlier were herbivorous, they will be going for a predatory, and that will be leading to the diversification of the group. Next, talking about the basic fish taxonomy, we should be able to remember that fishes are belong to the chordata and which are kept under the subphylum Vertebrata, kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, and the division Gnathostomata means vertebrates with jaw, and superclass Pisces where they bear fins, and three major groups Chondrichthyes, Osteichthyes, and the Agnatha. Under the Chondrichthyes, we can find the example of Scolido, Torpedo, Trigon, and under this particular bony fishes, nothing but Osteichthyes, can find Exocetus, Hippocampus, and the Labio. And under the Agnatha, you can go for the Pytromycin and the Myxin. Now, the task for you people is to know how this particular Myxin and Petromycin is different from these particular two fishes. You can Google it out and find out some interesting facts about this Petromycin and the Myxin. As I told, three groups. You can look into the picture of the fishes, what I have mentioned. In the Agnatha, as I said, they are the jawless fish. Examples are lampreys and the hagfish. You can remember using this pictorial representation. And context, they are the cartilaginous fishes. Example, you can have our sharks and rays. Okay. And obstetrics, they are presence of bony fish. You can make a note of all the bony fishes under this obstetrics. Okay. Next, talking about the in detail the taxonomy, as I told, three major groups were there. Under these three major groups, different classes and subclasses will be coming. What I have listed so far. Under the Agnatha, class Myxini and class Petromyzotida will be coming. And we can make a note of the example, hagfish and the lampreys. And under the Chondrichthyes, we have two subclasses, that is Elasmobranchi and Holocephali. And under the Ostrix, we have two subclasses, and each subclasses will be having three and two orders respectively. And the subclass Actinopetrae, we have three orders, that is Perciformis, Supriformis, and order Siluriformes. These are, and here important is our catfish. Okay, this particular catfish is coming under the order Siluriformes under the Hostix. Okay. Next, subclass Sarcopetrae. Here, the low finished fishes will be coming. Make a note of it. And the ray finned fishes coming under subclass Actinopetrae. Here, lungfish and the Silanganthus are the example. Here, important to note is lungfish is coming under the order the Ceratodontiforms. Okay, under the subclass Sarcopetrae. Can make a note of this particular catfish and the lungfish examples for the exam point of view. And these two are very important. You can't forget it all. Hagfish and the lampreys coming under Agnatha. Okay. Next, a very important point is all the jaw vertebrates, what we are seeing, no, they fall into the infraphylum Gnathostomata. Okay, make a note of this infraphylum Gnathostomata. Under this, all the jawed vertebrates will be coming. Now, we will be learning the important features of all these three major groups. We have studied the Agnatha, right? Agnatha, Chondrichthyes, and Osteichthyes. We have studied three major groups. Now we'll be studying the brief important features of these particular groups. When I say Agnatha, basically earlier animals in this group, they will be possessing very thick bony scales, but later during course of evolution, they are not at all present, means they got eliminated. Here, the skeleton is cartilaginous, so we say cartilaginous fishes, right? Okay, and most instances, and the notochord of embryo survives until the adulthood. This is very important here. The notochord, it will be surviving until the adulthood. Okay, and here if you look into the gill pouches, there are seven or more paired up. Example is our hagfish and the lampreys. And about the ostrich, they're coming under the bony endoskeleton. Okay, this particular order has bony endoskeleton fishes. It is the biggest group of the vertebrates, and the species coming under this will be distributed for the freshwater as well as the marine bony fishes. And in addition to these fishes, the other important features which we'll be sharing with other common fishes are they will be having bony skeletons, scales, paired fins, okay, and gill openings, jaws, etc. will be in addition to this. And talking about the example, the Queensland lungfish and the American black sergio. These are the examples you can note out. And next important group, that is the Chondrichthyes. The fish belonging to this particular group, that is this particular order, have cartilaginous endoskeleton, and most of them are marine fish. This is very important to note. Okay, the fishes belonging to this particular order, chondrichthyes, will be majority will be the marine fish. Okay, they contain a pair of powerful jaws, and the mouth is present ventrally, and they usually contain 5 to 7 pair of gills, and they lack air bladders. Okay, since they are lacking the air bladders, they have to swim actively. Means they are active fishes because there is no presence of air bladders. So, in order to avoid sinking in the water, these fishes have to swim continuously to avoid sinking. Example, sharks and scales. Okay. Next, these are the other classification which are given during the course of evolution, means of the history. Okay, earlier before this particular the classification which I studied, the Nelson classification. Before the Nelson classification, these scientists have given their particular classification. Here, important thing for you people is under which category which fishes were kept and how many subclasses are there. If you take Mueller classification, he has reclassified the fishes into 6 subclasses. Should make a note. And Burst classification, it is also very good classification. Sometime even this will be followed for some different studies. Here, 7 subclasses will be there. Okay, this you should make a note. And which scientist here, how much subclasses and how in what classes which fishes are kept. If you could not remember everything, at least make a note of the scientist and how in which ways and into which how many subclasses that particular fishes have been classified. You can make a note of it at least. Okay. And talking about the Romas classification, even he arranged this particular persons arranged the fishes into 4 classes under the superclass Pisces. This is very important. And here also same the jawless vertebrates, bony fishes, cartilaginous, and the blade skin fishes. Please. Later coming, they have decreased the classes and kept into 3 measures, what we have seen. And other person is our Nelson, that which are studied. The earlier classification that I have explained is a Nelson classification. And it is in detailed about the Roman classification itself I have mentioned. Under the class Agnata, he also places the jawless vertebrates. 2 classes, subclasses he have made, that is Monarina and Diplorina. And in the second class, that is Placoderma, where you can see the plate skin fishes had made around the 6 orders. Okay. And this is with respect to the classification. Now we'll be moving for an interesting aspect where we'll be learning the examples of the fishes and the fishes which are misunderstood as a fishes. Basically, fishes will be belonging to the vertebrates. You know that, right? But there are some organisms which look like fish, means they are exhibiting the characteristics of the fishes, but though they are not a fishes, they belong to different groups. Like there are some invertebrates showing the feature of our fish. There are some mammals showing the feature of fish. There are some birds, reptiles, even amphibians, which are not fish, though they are showing the symptoms or the characteristics of the fishes. Here, and some animals having a word fish in their name, but they are not fish. Right? See, if anyone is having the name or the word fish in name, it does not mean they are the fish, right? Yes. Now, looking into the examples of the fish, you may have a question why only these examples are given for the fish. See, these are actually a fish, but we do not consider them as a fish. Means their physical outlook does not look like our traditional fishes. We may get confused, but they are also fishes. And these look like fish, but they are not fishes. So, the typical examples I have mentioned. See, talking about the salmon, it is well-known migratory species that lives in both fresh and salt water. Okay, make a note of it. And the goldfish, it is a popular freshwater aquarium fish. And talking about the great white shark, it is a large predatory marine fish. And manta rays, it is a triangular, triangular lobed fish. Okay, with largest brain to body ratio of all fish. Next, talking about the non-fish examples, which are often mistaken as a fish. Dolphin, it is actually a mammal, which is confused as a fish. And sea snake. Okay, it is a reptile that is misunderstood as a fish. Jellyfish and starfish, these are also misunderstood as a fish. Okay, make a note of it. Next, now we are coming to the last part of this particular session, that is the adaptation for living in an aquatic environment. Fishes have developed them very well in order to reproduce, breathe, find food, and avoid the predators, and also to reproduce. They have developed various adaptations. First is to in order to swim in the water. They have streamlined body, which prevents them to sink in the water, which is helping them to swim efficiently. Okay. Next, the lateral compression. It is also helping the fish, okay, in order to move in the water easily. And locomotion and fins, it is mainly with the help of fins. Okay. We have various types of fins. It is dorsal, pectoral, pelvic, anal, and caudal fins. Variety of fishes are present in case of fishes, and each fins have their own role. Okay. Mainly the proportion will be given by the our caudal fin. Caudal fin is the one which is at the end. Okay. This particular caudal fin, it is giving propulsion, means that push for movement. Okay. This caudal fin. Next, the fin placement, it depends upon the specific environment, means the location of pelvic fin may be here in one climatic region and it may be present here in another climatic zone. Means the location depends upon the specific environment. Okay. Next, gills for the respiration purpose it will be used. And lungfish also has lungs and it can breathe there. Means there is one fish called lungfish. It has lungs, but basically the fishes will be having gills for the respiration. But some in fishes there is also present lung called lung. Okay, but this lung is not that actually similar to our mammals, but a kind of structure similar to lung is okay. This will be facilitating in the exchange of gases. And other important mechanism that is present in the fishes is the counter current exchange. This particular mechanism in the fishes, it is helping the fishes to uptake the oxygen maximum. How it happens is the blood will flow in gills, which will be running opposite to the flow of water. This method of flow, what it is taking place in the fishes, it is maximizing the oxygen uptake for the fishes. You can make a note of this mechanism, that is counter current exchange. Okay. Next, buoyancy control means the balance. It is due because of the swim bladder that is present. It is an internal gas organ, should be filled with the gases. Okay, it is helping for the maintaining the buoyancy. Okay, and next with respect to the oil rich livers. See, in cartilaginous fishes like sharks, the liver is rich in oil. Okay, this oil is helping in the buoyancy. Here, example, shark is very important to note, means in which cartilaginous fishes this liver oil is more. If they ask, in sharks it is more, and the oil that is present in the liver, it is helping for the buoyancy. Next, sensory system, it is the lateral line system and electroreception and the eyes. These all three are helping for the sensory system in the fishes. Next, for the feeding adaptations, is very interesting. The fishes also have mouths. We all know that, but the location of the mouth is different. If the fishes are the bottom feeders, means if they are lying in this particular considered as a big portion, if they are in the bottom, they will be having the downward facing mouths in case of bottom feeders. While if they are the predators, means they are in jaw feeds, their mouth will be facing forward. We can make a note of all these things. That diversity of mouth exists in the fish species. Okay. Next, teeth and jaw. There are some herbivorous fishes that do not have jaws, and there are some predators which are having the jaw teeth. Next, camouflage in the defense. The coloration is very important for the purpose of defense and the camouflage. Camouflage will be helping what in order to blend them into their environment so that the predator will not identify this particular fish and it can escape from the predator. And the scales and armor, even they are protecting the protection from the predators and parasites, because the modification in the scales, that is presence of spines or the bony plates on them, they will be adding the added defense for the protection from the predator, and they're helping. And some fishes are very colorful, right? Yeah, I can look into the example of this picture. It does not mean that they are very nice. The more the color is present in the fish surface, it is said they are more poisonous. Means colored fishes are mostly they will be poisonous. Next, reproductive adaptations. What they are doing in aquatic system, it is quite difficult to guess that if it is laying any 100 eggs, 100 will be the young ones, because many diverse climate conditions will be there. So what the fishes will do means they will be laying thousands of eggs so that at least 100 will be survive. That is the mechanism they are using. Means they are laying thousands of eggs so that they can expect at least few young ones will be helping, and they are taking the germination. Means they will take place the into the environment. They will take place into this particular environment. Next, the nesting and the brooding. If you look into this nesting and the brooding, Here, even some fishes are there, they will be building the nests, okay, and they exhibit their parental care by building the nest, and also they protect the eggs and the young ones. Means after hatching from the egg, the what the fishes will be there, even they will be taken care by the parent from the predators. Okay. Next, three things what we should make note is the temperature, hydrodynamics, and some balance between this temperature. As you know that the fishes are cold-blooded, right? Cold-blooded means they will change the temperature according to the surrounding water temperature. See, this is adaptation helping them to survive in various thermal environments. This environment, exothermy. Okay. Next is the regional endothermy. Here, some fishes are there, like tuna and sharks. They will be maintaining higher temperature in the specific body regions, that is in muscles and brains. Means throughout the entire body they will not maintain the higher temperature, but in particular regions, that is in muscles and brain, they maintain higher temperature. Okay, this enhances their performance in the cold waters as well. Okay, in order to perform efficiently in the cold water, what they are doing, they are maximizing their temperature. Okay, means in muscles and brain particularly, not throughout the body, and they're performing well in the cold waters as well. Next important adaptation is hydrodynamics. What actually hydrodynamics is? The fishes are going to secrete the mucus. This mucus will prevent the entry of the pathogens, and this will be reducing the friction and helping them to move more smoothly through the water. This is the hydrodynamics. That mucus secreted by the fish is helping to reduce the friction and move easily and faster in the water. This is how that hydrodynamics that is helping for the fishes. Okay, and this is all about the things that we have learned in this session. At the end, you can comment your queries in the comment box, and if there are any suggestions for myself to improve, you can also help me out in providing the suggestions. And we have the different courses for various students who are preparing for different exams. Now talking about our IBPS CFO aspirants, we have Vijeta batch, and the mock test bundle is very good, and you can purchase it and you can boost your preparations. And even for different work preparing for SRF, JRF, as well as for our ASR Binet exam, even different batches are available. You can join our team and you can prepare yourself. Hope this session was informative for you people and you have learned uh, at least few things from this session. Thank you and keep supporting us as always.